All right, what's up, my Tascam 2488 Neo hippies? This is Paige, and I'm here with another video. This one's going to be on the Roland VERSELAB MV-1. I just love this thing. I just love this thing. I have her on already for you. When she comes on, her workflow is going to be on song. You want to change it to sequence so that you can sequence some stuff. In my case, I go to kit right away because I want to cycle through the 128 drum kits that are already prepared for me. So the way that I get to hear those kits is by hitting section select and then hitting the value knob once, twice, 3 times. Yes, that's right. And now all I have to do is hit note and then cycle through them. All right, so let's try, I'm just gonna pull up R&B because that works for me. Works for me in this scenario. Now that I have chosen R&B, I'm going to hit the value knob to let the machine know that this is where I want to be. And now I'm going to change over to the drum track called kick. And I'm going to make it a bass sound. Even though I know that the melodic tracks are here, I don't care about that. I like to work a certain way, so it works for me. You can work the way you want to work. I'm going to work the way I'm going to work. But anyway, so I'm going to turn kick into a bass tone. How do I do that? The same way I did it the first time, but check it out. You're going to hit section select, 1. And then you're going to go over to your value knob. You're going to hit once, twice, and then turn to the right. Okay, so that you can get into these categories. Now, there are these synth basses that they put in here, but they're mostly 808s in different variations. I'm not interested in that. Right now, I'm just going to go for an acoustic bass. Click the value knob. I'm going to turn it and hit note so that I can. Now let's say, it's a bass. It's supposed to sound low. Yes. So hit your shift button and then turn your octave negative. 1, 2. So now you got a bass sound. All right. So I got a bass sound here. I'm going to try. I like the nylon sound, so I'm gonna hit the value knob to let the VERSELAB know that this is where I want to be. Let's do it one more time. So let's go to the snare track. I want to put a piano in, so what I'm gonna do is hit section select and I'm gonna go to the value button and I'm gonna say once, twice, and all I have to do now is just go through them. So you only have to hit it twice once you've already started. All right, so let's go with a pop piano. And I'm going to hit note so that I can hear my piano. And I'm going to take that octave down. So I did shift and negative octave. So, right? And I can play a chord if I want. And then my camera's in the way here, but. So I will set up a chart and put down some chords that you can learn how to do on the pads. But that'll be like on the 4th video when we're going through that stuff. So for right now, I have shown you how to put sounds onto the tracks. Right now, we need to set up our tempo. We need to turn on our metronome. We need to also set up our track lengths. So let's first start with our tempo. We want, let me let it know that that's where I want to be. All right, so now we want to set up our tempo. Hit shift and you see the sequence button? It is also tempo. So once you hold down shift and you hit that, you're going to be able to control your tempo. Now, you're going to hit the value button and you're going to turn to the right or the left. It all depends on if you're going slow or you're going fast. In my case, I'm going a little bit faster. So I'm going to put it at 98 and then I'm going to click it again so that the machine knows that this is where I want to be. Next thing, count in is on when you turn on the machine, but your metronome is not on. So you turn the knob again to metronome, and then you click your value button in, and then turn it to the right, turn it on. You also have control over the volume of the metronome and the type of metronome. We're not going to mess with that. We're going to hit exit because we've done everything we can do there. Hit it twice, that way you're back to. Right, now we need to set up our measure length for our drum kit. Each one of these tracks can have a different measure length. On my drum kit, I typically go for 8 bars. How do I do that? You hit edit and then you hit measure left or right. Either one will get you to where you want to go. Click it. And then you'll see your step length is 16. You can go click your value knob. Everybody misses it. Even I do. Click your value knob and turn it all the way to where you want. 128 is 8 bars. 64 is 4 bars. And 32 is 2 bars. Very simple. All right. So I'm just going to go with 4 bars because I'm showing you how to do it. All right, click your value knob. Bam. Now let's inspect what else is in this menu. You can change your scale length. You can go from 1/16, click that value knob, to, all right, let's go back. You can go to 1/8, 1/16, 1/32, 1/4 triplet, 1/8 triplet, and 1/16 triplet, and that's it. But that doesn't limit you because in the style, they've already set up some cymbal rolls and stuff for you. So you're still good. You're still good. All right, so let me just go back to my 16th, and I'm just going to click it and hit exit. All right, so now we've set up measures, we've set up sounds, we've set up the tempo. You are ready to go now. You can start working. You can hit record and play and start working naturally, or you can do what I'm getting ready to show you. I'm going to turn off that record. Let's go to hi-hat and let's hit style. Each one of these pads have a different type of pattern on there for you. So if you are creating some kind of hip hop thing, now let me turn it up. And then so they've set up some patterns for you. Just a few cheat patterns. Everybody has some cheat stuff, but I think this is cool. This is cool. You know, this is cool. I've used it on something that I was working on. And it's like, yeah, I like that. That's fun. It makes it fun. It's not like having a sound pack where they've done everything for you, but it's, you know, it gives you a chance to put some other stuff in there also. Now go back to note, and anytime you want to do that, you can just choose what it, and then, you know, and go back to note. All right, so far we know how to put sounds on the tracks. We know how to set up the tempo. we are able to set up step length and change your quantization scale. You know how to set up the metronome and change your BPM. Now it's time to learn how to put drums in, or just put something into it. So let's go back, and I'm on my kit. I like to use the velocity situation, so I hit shift and note, and that gives me velocity. My hardest sound is here, my lightest sound is 1, unusable. But this allows you to have a feel to what you're playing. So, right? So let's go ahead and do that. A lot of people don't do that. A lot of people will just go, but this allows you to give you a feel so that your music will groove better. Even though everything may be quantized, it will have a feel because you're playing with the velocities. Somehow that tricks the mind into thinking other things are going on. So let's get into it. We get our count in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hit record again, hit note. And now you can change drums. The snare is always just in the center, so let's just go with it. Hit record again. You can try something else out. You can hit style. So you can do that. In my case, I'm just gonna play with the velocity here. So it's like, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hit record and let it pass. Hit note. Alright, so now that I got a okay drum beat going, I could go to my kick where I have a bass sound and start putting stuff in. But I think that's where we're going to stop today, so that you don't have so much to deal with. You can go back and look at the video some more and mess with it. I'm going to go ahead and fill in the rest of the tracks, and then we'll work on another phase of things for our next video. So you guys have a good one, and thank you so much for watching the video. If you have any questions, comments, or observations, please leave it in the comments. Anything special that you want me to go over, leave it in the comments. That's the best possible way for us to communicate with each other, and so that you can learn what you need to learn. You guys have a good one, and thank you so much for watching my video.